Yo, it's Guido. Welcome back, and thanks for tuning in. On this episode, I have Swell Cell from Clan AJ's in his STA-1. Bottom tier in a 2-tier battle, a 5-10 battle, and he is here on, what is this, Sand River. He spawned in over on the west side, and he's headed up to the north. He's with a Foch right here. Don't get too many STA-1 replays. I really like this tank. It's a pretty fantastic tier 8 medium. Got a great gun, decent mobility, and he's going to have a great game. That is how great games start, when RNG is smiling upon you and you snap a poor bat chat while you're climbing up a hill, who is only showing you the top of his turret. But hey, any shot not taken is going to miss. He trades one here with the Progetto. Holy cow, RNG is absolutely loving Swell today. But he's gone up to a pretty important part of the map. I would call this some critical terrain. I like to fight up here first myself. It seems to have fallen out of the favor. Why? Because the Smash Mouth clowns like to go down in holes. So you see the defender and all the guys fighting in the hole down there. Why? Because they can minimize the amount of directions they're getting shot at, and it does not require much brain power to go into a hole and fight in an alley. That's just the truth. Bat Chat comes around behind him. He notices that, comes around here and starts to help his Udes out. Does a pretty nice job with this guy. One thing I would say, Swell, is I would have gone down there and made sure that guy went away. You're a little bit blasé for me about making sure he dies, and your Udes is getting torn up. Looks like he's out of shots. I realize you're also kind of watching your back end, but I would have paid more attention to this guy and tried to get rid of him. But he makes a run. You take a snap, and then you blow him off, and he actually dies to somebody. You do have a lot of guys camping on your cap, so it wasn't necessarily the worst decision ever. Plus, you've got, what, the 8.8, you've got the Super and the Progetto here, so you guys are a bit outnumbered. If they'd have just come up and over, they probably would have had a pretty good time taking you out. The Foch is still reloading. He's got 22 seconds. Also, danger of being surrounded and having somebody come around behind you. Oh, almost into that front sprocket. That would have been a great shot just to take, but he probably would have come screaming out as soon as you shot. So, not bad overall. Team's doing okay. It's even. Nice job taking that shot right there. He showed just too much. Pushes a little too hard, and the Foch takes him down. And now the Foch is going to get aggressive, come in there and finish off this guy. Where's the 8.8? Well, he's clearly not up supporting the Super at the moment, but he will show up in a minute. Bit of a mistake on his part, not being ready to support. Although the Super pushes in, and there's the 8.8. He's come up. The Foch is kind of ignoring the Super, figuring you'll take him out eventually anyway. The STA-1 doesn't have a really high alpha gun, but it does shoot fairly quickly. And he's taking this guy. The Foch gets tired of being hit by him, so he turns around to put his front armor, takes him down. And there goes the 8.8 as the artillery nukes this guy. That won't be the last time that the artillery saves our hero. So let's see what happens. Although I wouldn't say it saved him. It may have saved him a shot. That guy was obviously not going to beat the two of them. Comes on down the hill, and we're headed over towards the cap, where they have a considerable amount of campers. Standard. It's World of Tanks. Players are bad, so they camp. And this is what happens. So, it's a long series for the better players, more aggressive ones, of pushing into camping people and trying to dig them out of their holes. That's what the game basically is at the end of the day. Because every end game is hunting down campers and people sitting behind bushes. And he's doing a pretty nice job here. He's got quite a few of them. My goodness, a Ferdinand, a JP2, an ISU. Jeez Louise. All kinds of people sitting up on the cap. Still some fellas down in the hole down there that he's dealing with, or his team is dealing with in any event. There we go. Goodbye, Mr. Ferdinand. Well, part of him anyway. Oh man, there's a splash. Artillery takes a pot shot at him, and now he's got this 704 pushing in. He does have a couple guys up on the hill, but they're kind of lighter tanks. Actually, one of them's the Foch. He's like, holy cow, I'm going to get hit, and he surely does. Gets lit on fire, puts the fire out, and it seems like it's going badly for our hero, right? This must be the end. He's trying to get up and around away from this thing. I would have kept my turret back towards him so I could see what he was doing, because if he did something like turn away from me, I'd be ready to go get him. So we're going to come up here. And we kind of forget that there's some guys in the middle, and unfortunately the IS-3 has come up and over. Takes a shot, and it's really looking bad for the team right here. But the 7-4 has turned because he's trying to not get circled. Get that sprocket. Oh my gosh, how did that not track that guy? There we go, that tracked him. Another shot into him while you move. That's a good move. He comes across to this ridge to cover up from the JP2 and gets a shot on the 704 coming across. So that was a nicely done move right there. And now he starts taking shots at the JP2. Really, if he pushes out there to get a shot on the object, he's probably going to eat a shot from the JP2, and he's a one-shot. The Arty even sneezes on him at this point. This is one of the nice things about this gun. At tier 8 for a medium, it's got some pretty good penetration. The JP2 is not really known for amazing armor, but if it's on a back slope, that upper casemate can be decent. There's the artillery coming in and taking off another guy that was threatening our hero. And he's up to 4,291. He's only got one kill, but he's really been dishing out the pain. Going to come up here and start looking, and this is where it gets really kind of silly. Starts looking for him, wondering what he's going to do, and he gets aggressive here, which I like. He's going to try to push up and under these guys. Could have easily been killed by the JP2 if that guy had been up in those bushes there and watching, but he backs off, like most campers and bad passive players will do. Give them a couple hits and they'll run away and look for another spot to hide, without any real concept that what his job was at that point was to watch that approach and not let somebody do what just happened. Nice shot in there and backs right down. And now he's thinking about artillery. There's plenty of it. Going to hide up underneath this hill right here. He's still got an issue, though, because he's got to worry about that JP2 coming down and taking him out. The Rev gets hammered by artillery again. And he comes all the way across here. For a moment, I thought he might poke up. That'd be a really bad idea because artillery would have all kinds of shots on him right there. And possibly getting his turret smashed by the JP2 just sitting there waiting for him. JP2 knows he's down there. The Rev saw him. But this is a pretty canny move. Comes around. Yep, there he is. I don't know what happens here. Somehow he misses. Actually, he damaged the track, which is unlucky for him. Our hero reloads faster and takes him down. Backs up into the cliff right there. Holy cow. Oh, look out. French. It's raining French. Fantastic. I like the aggression, Lorraine. I like the aggression, but I like more that you're about to die because you're playing artillery. Virtually, of course. Virtually. So now they're down to a Rev and a tier 9 artillery. And how have we survived all this? I don't know. So we're looking around. What's going on here? Somebody's clicking. That's where I'm going. I guess he's telling him that's where he's going. And probably the M53, 55 is zoomed in somewhere around him. So we'll move up here and see if we can't find this Rev. We got to consider that the tier 9 artillery is still out there somewhere. The other... Uh-oh, there he is. Lots of depression on that tank. Clearly, oh, this is not good. Get your gun. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Artillery nukes the Rev. What is that, the fourth time or third time? I don't know. At least the third. And here we go. Might have been the fourth because he's got another kill. And we'll go find this. Where is this artillery? Do we have another super aggressive artillery trying to get forward? This game is pretty well in hand. Yep, there he is. We found him. He's thinking about diving on top of Swell, but Swell lets someone else hit him. Looks like the other artillery got a little tiny piece of him. I'm looking for that turret shot. And, oh, T-28 shoots him from across the world. Finally moving forward and doing something over there. Although he does have 2 kills. A nice job, man. So this is actually a 5,000 damage game. I'll show you the stats at the end. There was a shot in there somewhere, I guess, a blind shot that actually damaged. Might have been when he was shooting at that JP2. But a really good game. You know, some obviously lucky things happened. Most of the time when you get these games like 5,000 damage, there is some luck involved. Whether it's things like getting a track when you should have died, or just that your shots and RNG are fantastic and everything's hitting and pinning. There's usually some kind of aspect of that in a big game like this. But nice job. Man, thanks for sending that in. Get some paint for that tank, would you? Jeez Louise. All right, we'll see you.